Well, good morning and welcome into the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You know, I love getting your day started off on the right foot. And to help with that, well, I use an inspiring quote. I came across this one and it really stuck with me. The more we thank God for the blessings we see, the more we'll recognize the blessings we missed. Isn't that incredible? It's saying that gratitude isn't just about being thankful for what's obvious. It actually opens our eyes to what we didn't even notice before. You ever have a moment where you realized way after the fact that God was blessing you, but in the moment you completely missed it? It's like you were wanting something to come through, to work out a certain way, but for whatever reason, it just didn't. And you felt defeated. It's like, oh, that's not how I planned for that at all. That could have been so much better. But then, after the fact, you realized, yeah, that was a blessing in disguise. I just didn't see it. I think that's why God calls us to be thankful in all circumstances, not just when things are great. Because when we make a habit of gratitude, we start seeing God's fingerprints in places we never even looked before. Maybe that small inconvenience was actually protection. Maybe that delay was a divine setup for something better. Maybe that random moment was a reminder that God is always working behind the scenes. So let me ask you, have you ever had a moment where you didn't realize God was blessing you until later? Maybe it was something small at first, but looking back, you see how important it really was. I'd love to hear your story. Text me, 256-967-0885, or call me. I'd love to have that conversation with you, 256-505-0885. All right? I look forward to hearing from you, and stick around because we're going to be talking all about gratitude all morning long. I got some really good stuff lined up. I hope you'll be here to hear it. Just in case you have to step away from your radio, remember you can tune us in online 24/7 at 885jfm.com. Just click that On Now button and press play. All right, more great music headed your way. How about we play for you some Natalie Lane and Fragile.
Sometimes God takes you on a journey you didn't know you needed to bring you everything you ever wanted. Trust the plan.
Your word of life today is from Psalm 40, verses 1 and 2 in the New Living Translation of the Bible. I waited patiently for the Lord to help me, and he turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the pit of despair, out of the mud and the mire. He set my feet on solid ground and steadied me as I walked along. Not only did he pick me up, but he helped me keep moving forward. Isn't that amazing? I love that. I bet you've seen that in your life before. Hey, why don't you share that story? That's called your testimony. When you share this word of life, it's a great way of sharing your faith. We've got it for you on our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, or Twitter, and TikTok pages. And it's always there at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. Good morning to you, Joel Modis. I see you down in Palm Coast, Florida, listening this morning. Thank you for making us a part of your day. Plus, we've got Germany on board with us right now, and we've got some friends right here in Gunnersville on the stream. Thank you for making us part of your day. No matter how you're listening, I just want to make sure you understand we're thankful for you. We're just about to celebrate 30 years of bringing this world some really good news, and you're a part of that story. So thanks for being here. Now, Ann Wilson with Chris Tomlin and The Cross. Life is tough, right? It's real easy to get stressed out, to feel anxious, but, I came across something that might just help you. Yeah, a little neuroscience, a little study goes a long way. I want you to hear this because it might just be what you need to pull you out of that funk, okay?
Neuroscience just came out and said that in order to reduce your anxiety, and this is what they're telling people like in therapy, and they're teaching people how to cope with their anxiety by telling them that your brain can't handle anxiety and gratitude at the same time. And so whenever you're feeling anxious, you need to have gratitude. And guess what? The Bible's been saying that for 2,000 years. In the Bible, it says whenever you have anxiety, to 1, pray, and to 2, have thanksgiving. Imagine the Lord knowing what is best for us all along, and it taking 2,000 years for science to prove what he already said.
I love that. Can I give you a little personal life hack? Let that gratitude be expressed to somebody else. For me, when I'm really feeling anxious, feeling like I'm on the verge of a panic attack, if I can talk to somebody else and maybe even express gratitude to them, if I can tell them, what they mean to me, it takes my mind off of my problems and it helps me to look at something different, to distract myself. At the same time, I'm blessing somebody by telling them, hey, this is what I really like about you. And so maybe you've never tried that before. But for me, when I can include others in the conversation, it helps me tremendously. It's like I forget about that problem I was dealing with. And usually when I'm dealing with the problem, it's an all-consuming kind of over and over repetition in my mind kind of problem. You ever have those? It's like you can't get your mind unstuck off of that thing. Yeah. So include somebody else in your conversation. Really feeling anxious, you're feeling down. I know that you want to go, you want to isolate, you want to crawl up in a hole somewhere and be by yourself. But can I just tell you that can be the worst thing for you in that moment? Get around other people. Bring others into the conversation. Talk about their day. You can talk about a myriad of things, but it helps. And can I tell you this too? Sometimes it really helps me to ask that person, what's going on in your life right now? And then when I find an opportunity to pray, it helps tremendously as well. So it's therapeutic. It's something we're called to do, loving others, and then talking with our Heavenly Father about that situation. And I find sometimes that as I'm praying for somebody else, that God's meeting my needs at the same time. So give it a try today. Feeling really anxious, like you can't quite get out of the woods, you're just stuck there. Yeah. Focus on somebody else. Express some gratitude. Find the things in life that you're thankful for. And live in that space for just a moment or two. It sure beats the anxiety.
I'm the child of a loving father. I'm a part of the family. His mercy is sweet like summer, and he's always welcoming.
Very rarely do we get to hear the stories about what happens in the classroom from the teacher's perspective. But this morning, I've got Mr. Ike on deck, ready to tell us about an experience he had early on in his teaching career. Because, when you get these kids in your classroom, you don't know what kind of home life they have, but you do get to see a little bit about how well they dream. What can they see themselves doing in the future? And that excites you as an educator. I know I'm married to a teacher. So yeah, she's a special education teacher who, I'm telling you, when she gets on those kids' levels and she sees them start to really pick up that knowledge and understand what they're learning in the classroom, oh, there's nothing better. She loves it. Being able to connect with them on that level and get them to get it is huge. So Mr. Ike is a little happy about what's happened here because there's a follow-up story. I'll let him tell you. Here, take a listen.
Hello, my name is Matt. I'm a teacher and an author, and today I'm going to tell you a story called The Traveler. My third year teaching, I had a student named Claire who wanted to see the world. She'd spend time flipping through old travel magazines in our class and gave our social studies teacher every fact she knew about every country that she looked up. Claire's family wasn't able to travel much, but her mind was traveling miles away during lessons. One day during class, she was making a hand-drawn map that was labeled Claire's Travel Plans, and at the very bottom it said, Someday. It was shortly after this interaction that something shifted for Claire. Claire started to ask a lot more questions in class about languages, geography, places she dreamed of seeing, and she began to treat her someday like it was going to be real. Years later, I got a message from Claire through social media, just the other day in fact, and it said, Mr. Ike, guess what? I'm traveling. Do you remember that map I made in your class in 6th grade? Dreams do not need permission to grow. They'll take root quietly, and if they're nurtured with curiosity and persistence, they'll bloom into something remarkable. You just never know. Someday could be a lot closer than you think. Right, Claire? Proud of you, kiddo. Thanks for letting me tell your story.
What a full circle story. I love that. So many people are getting inspired by that post over on the socials. Allison says, "Go Claire. I was you in 6th grade, but I took the first travel opportunity and I haven't stopped. At 64 now, I can assure you, you never lose the wonder and you'll always be grateful."
Separated, I cut myself clean from a past that comes back in my darkest of dreams. Been apprehended by a spiritual force in a grace that replaced all of me I divorced.
Say it with me in 3, 2, 1. Give me the horn. All right, now let's go ahead and crank that engine and then let's start that music so I can say, hey everybody, it's time to play the car line competition. That's right, it's your chance to win some gift cards this morning. But how many gift cards, Stephen? Well, you see, we got 3 gift cards actually. 1 to Gunnersville Chick-fil-A, 1 to Albertville Home Bakery, 1 to the Caring Heart Thrift Store in Arab. And it's all depending on whether you know the answer to my question. This first question is all about the Bible. In fact, I'll tell you where to find it. So you can go and find it on your smart device, or maybe you got a Bible in your car. How fast can you find Acts chapter 16, verse 14? That's where you'll find the answer. Here we go. Who was the first Christian convert in Europe? Was it A, Lydia, B, Phoebe, C, Priscilla, or D, Salome? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Again, which was the first Christian convert in Europe? Was it A, Lydia, B, Phoebe, C, Priscilla, or D, Salome? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Waiting on your call right now. And while I wait, let's hear a song. It's Jeremy Camp with Again. 88.5 JFM, good morning.
Good morning.
What's going on, Richard?
Doing fine.
Very good. All right, I got a Bible question for you. It's about the first Christian convert in Europe. It's found in Acts chapter 16. Who was it? Was it A, Lydia, B, Phoebe, C, Priscilla, or D, Salome?
Oh, say Phoebe?
Phoebe? Nope, it's not Phoebe. Nope, one more shot. Is it Lydia, Priscilla, or Salome?
Salome?
Salome, nope, man. But exactly, and you cleared the board of a couple of them, so somebody's got a 50-50, Richard. Thanks for calling, man.
Bye, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye. And y'all are quick. I've already got the next caller on the phone. Goodness gracious, y'all. This is so much fun playing this game. Stay right there on the phone line with me while I start the song, and I'll get your answer. It's We the Kingdom, and won't he do it? Yes, he will.
Hello.
Hello, who am I talking to?
Malachi.
Malachi. All right, Malachi, what you up to today, bud?
Going to school.
Going to school. Anything fun happening there today?
No.
No? Oh, well, maybe we can have some fun right now to make up for that. I got a question for you. You got a 50-50 shot. And this is found in Acts chapter 16, verse 11 through 15. Okay, so here we go. Who was the first Christian convert in Europe? Was it Lydia or Priscilla?
Lydia.
Lydia? Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Congratulations to you. You just won 3 gift cards. What do you think about that?
Yay.
I think yay too. So, hey, we want you to keep one of those. Give the other 2 away to some very special people. Can you tell me about those people?
My mama.
What do you love about Mom?
That she's my mama.
That's a good answer. That's all you really need to say, because moms are awesome. All right, who's that second person you want to shout out?
Nana.
Nana. Ooh, okay, now you got to tell me what you love about Nana. What really sticks out to you about her?
She's always there.
Always there. Yes, I love that. That's good stuff right there. All right, Malachi, I'll get these in the mail to you. Have the best day ever at school, okay?
Okay.
Hey, could I ask you one more question, Malachi?
Yes.
Why do you like listening to this radio station?
Yes, I can.
Because you can?
Yeah.
That's a good enough answer for me. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.
And we can praise the Lord.
That's right. That's right. Y'all have a great one.
You too. Thank you.
Bye. That's how it's done. 3 gift cards walking out the door with Malachi on his way to school this morning. Gonna have a blast there. And I'm sure something fun is gonna happen at school today. It might be in your least favorite class. I don't know, the teacher might just knock your socks off today with some kind of experiment or some kind of, I don't know, surprise. You never know. But I know we got some amazing teachers out there doing a wonderful job of teaching those kids. Thank you for all that you do out there. All you educators and all you people who help the educators too, paraprofessionals, all the people involved at school, from the custodians to the lunchroom ladies to the bus drivers to the crossing guards. I mean, everybody's got a part to play, and they do it so well, don't they? Yeah. Hey, let's have some more fun. I got another question right here. It could have your name on it with 3 gift cards attached. Which word could mean the opposite of befuddle? Is it A, disorient, B, enlighten, C, dumbfound, or D, fluster? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. A word study now. Which word could mean the opposite of befuddle? Is it A, disorient, B, enlighten, C, dumbfound, or D, fluster? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Waiting on your call right now. And while we wait, I got some more great music for you. Megan Woods with The Truth right here, right now. 88.5 JFM, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, who am I talking to?
Sydney.
Sydney. All right, Sydney. What are we up to today on this Wednesday of the first week of February?
I am going to school.
Going to school. You sounded so excited about that.
Kinda.
Anything special happening today?
No.
No? Okay. All right. I kind of feel like maybe you're a little down about going to school today. Am I picking up on that?
Kinda.
Kinda? You're just not feeling it today? You're like, I just want to stay home and I don't know, play video games or get on an iPad or something, right?
Yeah.
I got you. Well, I got a feeling that today is going to be a pretty cool day at school. And just so, I think maybe we need to have a little fun before you head that way. So here's the question I have for you. Now, of all the years you've been in school, you've learned about different words, different meanings, different expressions. And here is a word that I bet you know what the opposite of it is. So here we go. Which word could mean the opposite of befuddle? Is it A, disorient, B, enlighten, C, dumbfound, or D, fluster?
I think it's B.
B, enlighten?
Mm-hmm.
Look how smart you are. Congratulations. You just won 3 gift cards. What do you think about that?
That was a guess.
That was a guess?
Yeah.
Well, you got a really good guesser on you. I'm just saying. So, with those 3 gift cards, I wonder if you could tell me about 2 people you're going to bless with one.
I want to keep the train rolling.
Oh, you're going to get the train started this morning. I got you. Woo-hoo, I hear it in the background. All right. Well, Sydney, you want to tell me about one person that really means a lot to you, just to share the love with them here on the radio?
My friends.
All right. Which ones? You want to name them?
Melissa and Raquel.
All right. What do you like about those friends?
That they always help me and that they're very nice to me.
Nice. We need good friends. I'm so glad that you have some in your life. All right. Well, hey, I hope you have a really good day at school today, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
That's how it's done. We got a train rolling. That means 6 gift cards up for grabs. You could be taking them home if you could answer this question for me. D, saw a seed, is an example of what? Is it A, alliteration, B, a palindrome, C, micromanagement, or D, gibberish? 256-505-0885. Wow, y'all are quick. There it is. I just captured that call. Stay right there on the phone line with me while I start Mercy Me. And you know what they're going to sing. The Happy Dance.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing.
Who am I talking to?
Brennan?
Brennan. All right, Brennan. What are we up to today?
Getting Jacks.
Getting Jacks. Ooh, what are we getting? Biscuit and gravy? Are we getting some bacon, some sausage? What's happening?
Biscuit and gravy.
Oh, yeah. You're speaking my language now. So, what are we getting to drink? Sweet tea or milk or water?
Sprite.
Sprite! Oh, you're feeling spicy this morning. All right, sounds good. Well, hey, let's see if we're feeling spicy on this question. Let's see how well you do with this. So, here's a little phrase. I want to read it to you and ask you what it is. So, here it is. D saw a seed is an example of what? Is it A, alliteration, B, a palindrome, C, micromanagement, or D, gibberish? C, micromanagement. I could see why you would say that, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. But that's okay, though, because I give you one more shot at this thing. Now, I want you to picture this in your mind. This phrase, D saw a seed. Okay, so with alliteration, you have the same consonant sound coming over and over and over again. Like Sally sells seashells down by the seashore, right? You got that S, the S's, okay? With a palindrome, it's written the same way forwards as backwards. So if you could think about D saw a seed and try to run that backwards in your head. And then D, gibberish, is just talking with no meaning at all. So with those in mind, D saw a seed is an example of what? Is it alliteration, a palindrome, or gibberish? B, a palindrome. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Congratulations to you! You just won 6 gift cards. What do you think about that?
I like that.
I like that too. Your morning just got better, and it was already pretty good with the biscuit and gravy and a Sprite. So, all right, 6 gift cards. We want you to keep 1 or 2 of those and share the others with some very special people. Can you tell me about 2 of those people?
Yes.
All right. What are their names and what do they mean to you?
My mom.
Your mom? Well, what do you love about your mom?
She's nice and caring.
Ooh, very nice. Look at you. All right, and now, who's that second person?
My dad's friend.
Your dad's friend? What's your dad's friend's name?
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. Okay, what do you like about him?
He's nice.
He's nice? Very cool. All right. Well, I guess I need to grab your address real quick so I can get these gift cards sent your way.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Hey, one last question, Brennan. You've been so good on this. I want to ask you, why do you listen to this radio station?
Because I like it.
Aw, thank you for liking it. What do you like about it?
It makes people happy.
Oh, thank you so much. I hope you have a great day.
You too.
All right, bye.
Bye.
And that brings us to the end of today's Carline competition. It was quite the ride, wasn't it? It was a blast. And hey, I'm here for it every weekday. We'll do it again tomorrow, starting at 7 o'clock. All right? But for now, well, we've got about 2.5 hours of show left. A lot of stuff to talk about. And first, let's kick it off with a fresh drive time devotion from the Right Reverend Larry Walls.
This is Pastor Larry Walls with your Drive Time Devotion. Back-to-back victories by the Dallas Cowboys at the Super Bowl in 1993 and 1994 may mask the fact that Jimmy Johnson, the team's legendary former coach, knew as much about losing as he did winning. In 1989, his first season at Dallas, Johnson's team had only 1 win and had 15 losses. This overwhelming losing season was only a little worse and a little less humiliating than his first year as a high school defensive coach, when his season then ended on a 0-10 note. Johnson, when talking to someone about his first season at Dallas, said, "We had the worst team in the National Football League, but I wouldn't accept anything but being in the Super Bowl sometime." Johnson kept a positive attitude. If a running back had the ball, he would shout, "Protect the ball," rather than "Don't fumble." To the field goal kickers, he would say, "Make this," not "Don't miss it." After a loss, he would spend his post-game time planning his next win rather than second-guessing what had gone wrong in the last one. The Cowboys responded and improved. It took them 4 seasons, but Super Bowl rings were on their fingers at the end of that season. 1 Corinthians 15:57 says, "But thanks be to God who gives us victory, making us conquerors through our Lord Jesus Christ." Just remember, you may not win every contest that you pursue, but the person who plays to win always has a much better chance. Never play not to lose, always play to win. Pray with me. God, we thank you for giving an endurance to finish strong in all that we do. Help us to believe in you who gives us encouragement in all you are to us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo woo! Hump day!
Hump day? Yes, Wednesday. Middle of the week. How's it going so far? Are you having fun? Is it all that you thought it would be? Or is life kind of coming off the rails? I know, right? It's weird. Stick around. I got some encouragement heading your way, wherever you find yourself. This was so cool. I gotta share it with you. The first time I think this has ever happened. And by the way, I'm getting ready to celebrate 9 years here at the station. In just 10 days, on the 15th of February, I will have been here for 9 years. It's been a wild ride. And out of all that time, we've had so much fun together. And I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm sticking around. But I'm telling you, this car line competition has been an absolute blast. We've been doing it for the past 3 years. And every morning, you never know who you're going to talk to. Some days, brand new people, first-time callers. Other days, there are regulars. They're calling in to get the train started or, just to have a little fun. And I'm here for it. Well, I got to tell you, this happened this morning for the first time ever. I got a call from Pippi. Pippi is a 5th grader who's homeschooled. And Pippi just wanted to call and say, hey, I was wondering if you could hold a spot for me tomorrow on the car line competition. I love that. Like laying the groundwork, saying, okay, be watching out for me. I'm going to be calling tomorrow. Well, Pippi, I will be watching for your number, okay? I can't guarantee that you're going to get through, but I'll be watching out for you. So I do hope tomorrow is your day to get through and have some fun here on the car line competition. Wow, laying that groundwork, planning ahead. I think that's great. That's good stuff. All right, now, I want to pass something along to everybody. This is a little life hack for you, okay? From a mom who has dealt with a lot. And honestly, you moms, you do deal with a lot. Now, some, I know, maybe deal with a little more than others. And I get to kind of see that secondhand because, you see, my wife is a special education teacher. So she sees the kids who are oppositionally defiant, people who have other health impairments, some kids who may be autistic, some kids who have learning disabilities. It's just a whole gamut of different levels of learning that she sees on any given day. And lots of times that's one-on-one time. Other time it's group time. Or it's going into the classroom and being with those kids to help them get it in the general education classroom. But she tries her best to make sure that those kids are learning, that they're getting everything they need to progress, to keep moving forward. And you parents are doing that every single day. I know you are. Well, some of you, especially with the kids who are needing a little extra help at school, or you deal with maybe a little extra, pressure at home because you want them to succeed and you want them to excel, but it just seems to be taking them a little bit longer. Well, that's where this mom is coming from. And I think it's going to touch your heart no matter where you are today. So see what you think of this.
I have a rule for myself that I came up with when my oldest son was really struggling with mental health. And the rule still is, I still use it. The harder the day, the kinder I had to be to myself. So if I knew that the day was going to be really rough and a lot of things were going to be completely out of my control, the one thing I was going to control is how I treated myself throughout it all. Patience, grace, kindness, just pouring it on myself. So the tougher the day, the kinder you need to be to yourself.
Yeah, I love that. So please be kind to yourself and keep up the good work. You're doing an amazing job. Here's Brandon Heath.
Things are getting real. Jesus, take the wheel. Only way I'm getting to the other side. Days are getting dark. Life's a little hard. Blinded, but I'm trying not to lose sight. I don't got this, I know you got this. Yeah.
One of the coolest things about my job is I get to share some brand new music with you from some artists who are local. Yeah, this is one of them. Take a listen to Rachel.
If you don't know me, my name is Rachel Purcell. I'm from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and I live in Nashville with my husband, and I am a Christian artist, and I am so excited to share that my song, Show Up, is currently on Christian radio. So if you've never heard it before, this is my first song in Christian music, and this past weekend, they played it actually on SiriusXM, The Message, which was a huge deal. I'm so thankful. And yeah, radio stations are starting to play this song. So anything you want to do to help as far as streaming and listening, I would so appreciate it. Thankful to be able to share my heart for the Lord and everything He's done in my life.
We are happy to help right here at 88.5 JFM. So here she is. It's Rachel with Show Up.
Some days it takes more to get out of bed than I bargained for, than I've got to get. Sometimes it feels like it's all gone wrong. It's a wearing thin faith I'm running on. Got me dragging my feet with my hope down on you. But Lord knows I've seen that you do your best work working with weak. That's when you show up and fill my cup.
Again, that's Rachel Purcell with Show Up right here on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM. Oh, and by the way, you'll have to know how to spell that last name to find her if you want to go find that music. It's Purcell, Purcell. Hey, you can look forward to hearing that song some more right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Now, how about a little Brandon Lake? Oh, he's getting ready to release a song, a collaboration with Jelly Roll, and it's coming up very shortly. I'll be playing it for you first right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. But for now, count 'em.
You got thunder in your vocal, you got flames in your eyes, you got wonder working power pouring out of your side. Check the tomb all the way through, the grave is empty inside. Ain't no other pull the greatest miracle of all time.
Good morning to you, Wheezy. I see you hanging out with us right now up there in Michigan. Thanks so much for making us a part of your day. All right, I've got Need to Breathe with When You Forgive Someone, but I want to pose a question. I want to set this up, okay? Sometimes we feel like we are completely invisible because nobody ever gives us any appreciation. Nobody ever even really acknowledges our existence. In fact, sometimes we feel used and abused. But what happens when suddenly somebody sees you? When suddenly somebody gives you a compliment or tells you how much you mean to them? I want you to think about that feeling. We're going to talk a little more about it next.
I couldn't see I was the only hostage to the bitterness I can't let go.
Imagine this. You wake up before the sun. You show up to work. You do your job with excellence. But day after day, no one acknowledges you. No one says, hey, I see you. I appreciate you. Would it change the way you feel about what you do? There are people in our lives, people we walk past, interact with, and maybe even rely on, who feel completely invisible. Not because they aren't important, but because we've never stopped long enough to tell them that they are important. That's exactly what happened to this guy. He's a janitor. He's been working at a busy airport for 15 years. He showed up, he's cleaned up after travelers, and he's gone unnoticed. Then one day, Josh, a businessman who was just passing through, did something different. Instead of rushing by, he stopped, smiled, and said to this janitor, hey, I just want to say thank you for what you do. You make this place better. That janitor stood there, completely stunned. And then with tears in his eyes, he said, I've worked here for 15 years, and no one has ever told me that. You know, it's easy to think that gratitude is just about thanking God for the big things in our lives, but what if part of gratitude is opening our eyes to the people around us? to the ones making a difference in ways we've never stopped to see? What if showing appreciation isn't just a nice gesture, but a way of reminding people of their worth? So let me ask you, who in your life might be feeling unseen? Is there someone you walk past every day that you've never stopped to thank? Maybe it's the barista who makes your coffee, the coworker who stays late, the teacher who pours into your kids. Today, let's challenge ourselves to do something different, to notice, to appreciate, and to remind someone that what they do matters. Can we do it? Can we rise to that challenge? I know we can. Here's Andrew Ripp with Rejoice right here on the Lifeline on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better. Love to hear from you. Drop me a text, 256-967-0885.
Until I rise like the morning, wake up in the arms of glory, to finally see the sun above the pouring rain.
Dad, how's your thermostat game these days? You got that thing on lock? Do you have it set up? Is it a smart thermostat so that you can get on your phone and control it from there? Or you can lock other people out? I don't know. Maybe you go so far as to actually put a lock box on your thermostat at home. I've seen that at churches before because everybody in the congregation has a different threshold for what they think is hot, right? You got some people fanning themselves. You got other people who are just, they're covered up. They bring their own blanket to church. I got you. But at home, us dads, well, we're the keeper of the thermostat, right? And nobody better touch it. But I don't, it's so funny, isn't it? I understand why we do it because, well, there's the comfort level. But on top of that, it's the electric bill or the gas bill, right? So what happens when somebody violates the sacred trust that you've placed in them when it comes to the thermostat? I wonder if it turns out a little something like this. Now, this is a bunch of dads kind of reacting at the same time.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up? Well, of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat? Yes, it's 85 degrees. 85? Do you have any idea how much even a few degrees can impact the gas bill? Of course I do. It's unthinkable. Dad? Kurt, what's going on in here? Why is it so hot? Someone fiddled with the thermostat. What? Who would do that? What do you think you're doing? It's roasting in here.
I like to sleep with my window open.
Hey, kid. Are you allowed to touch the thermostat at your mom's house?
Duh.
What is going on? Adriana, she turned up the thermostat. Said she fiddles with the thermostat at your place anytime she pleases. Dusty, is that true? Tell me that's not true. Oh, criminy, Dusty. You might as well give her your wallet and your 401k while you're at it. Brad, do you let the kids touch the thermostat at your house? What? No. The thermostat is a sacred covenant. I can't believe we're even talking about this. This is madness.
Well, hey, girl, I just heard from Kim Smith who says, nope, the thermostat belongs to my hands in our house. Just ask Todd. You go, girl. You got that thing on lock. That's good. Kim, thanks so much for reaching out this morning. Here's Shane and Shane with Creed right here on the Lifeline on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better. Quite a lot of things happen on this day in history, but what specifically? Well, I hope you'll stick around and find out. We got This Day in History coming up at 9:15 this morning. So, yeah, have some fun with that. I'll even give you a little challenge at the end. Don't worry, though. I think it's one that you can rise to.
God of Abraham, you're the God of covenant and faithful promises.
Well, good morning, and welcome to This Day in History, a chance for us to look back on yesteryear to celebrate some milestones and the movers and the shakers who brought us this far. So, what happened on this day in history? I'm glad you asked me that question because I've got some answers for you. On this day in 1778, South Carolina became the first state to ratify the Articles of Confederation, which formed the government of the United States before the present Constitution in 1789. Also on this day in 1783, Sweden recognized the independence of the United States. And then in 1850, Dubois Parmalee of New Paltz, New York, patented the first depressible key adding machine, which he called a calculator. The impractical design proved unpopular, and honestly, I'm taking a look at the design right now, the actual application for patent, and it kind of looks like a super scaled down grand piano. It's got that kind of shape to it, almost like a trapezoid. And then it's got 9 keys on it, each one of them varying in height, from lower on the 1 to a little higher on the 2, higher on the 3. But there are 9 of them there. A few other levers. It's really an interesting looking device, but this was the first calculator. This is pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, so on this day in 1901, Ed Prescott patented the loop-the-loop centrifugal railroad, better known in amusement parks the world over as the roller coaster. All right, on this day in 1952, New York City erected the first Don't Walk sign. Yep, it was at 44th and Broadway, right there in Times Square. The first time ever in New York City in 1952. Also, on this day in 1934, in Mobile, Alabama, American Hall of Fame baseball player and all-time home run leader Hank Aaron was born. Isn't that neat? A local Alabama tie. Also, in 1985, on this day, Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portuguese soccer phenom, was born. 1985. How cool is that? One more sports fact to get to today. And it's this. It has to do with the Super Bowl, which is coming up very shortly. In the first overtime game in Super Bowl history, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots overcame a 25-point deficit to defeat the Atlanta Falcons. Again, that was 2017. And then one final fact. It was this day in 1917 that Mexico adopted its present constitution. Now, I'm going to bring the music down and close this book and remind you of the simple truth. Inside this book are many facts and figures, depictions of long lives lived and how they impacted the world around them. What a humbling idea for your history to be written in a book like that, so that when you're long gone, other people can know about your achievements. You know, I hope that happens for you. I really do. I hope your history is written in a book like this. But regardless, whether it is or it isn't, I can tell you where it is definitely being written every single day. And that is on the hearts and in the minds of every single person you come in contact with. So I wonder if you'll take a challenge, the one I like to take every day. It's this. Let's resolve to make good history today, so that when others think of us, they get a smile on their face or a little extra warmth in their heart. What do you think? Can you rise to the occasion? Can you meet that challenge? I know you can. Thanks so much for hanging out with me right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Now, Laura's story with You Cannot Be Stopped.
The dark tried to hide you and steal you away.
Well, it's just about that time for us to check in with a good friend of ours. His name is Brian Trent from Hampton, South Carolina. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that now. I've already got him put together here, and he's got a pretty cool video that I was able to convert to audio for you. And I don't know, this one, it's one of those aha moments, those light bulb moments. It's one of those, I've never thought of it quite like that before. You'll see what I mean. Here, take a listen to this.
You know, over the years, I've heard a lot of people talk about what they'll do when they get to heaven, what they'll do when they see Jesus face to face. But have you ever stopped to think, what will Jesus do when he sees you in heaven? You know, years ago, my family and I started sponsoring this little boy from Guatemala named Juan Pablo. He was about 6 months old when we started sponsoring him. And about a year after, we found ourselves at the orphanage that Juan Pablo was at in Guatemala. First thing we did when we got there is we went and found Juan Pablo. And you know, when we walked into the room, he was sitting on the floor playing. And I was overcome with emotions because in that moment, I realized this is the boy that we have prayed for. This is the boy that we have helped provide food and clothing and shelter for. And I sit down on the floor and I play with him and I cried the whole time. And after about a half hour, he climbed up in my lap and he hugged me. Man, you're talking about a crazy moment. But you know, that night I was laying in bed and a thought occurred to me. What will Jesus do when we finally make it home? You see, he didn't just sponsor you and me. He didn't just provide us with food and shelter and clothing. No, he gave his life so that we could have life here on into eternity. And could you imagine when that which you have purchased with your life sits down in your lap for the first day of eternity? Oh, what a glorious day that is going to be. Welcome home, my child. Woo. Love you guys.
You can find him for yourself across, well, all the socials. Just type in Trent Tribe, TRENT TRIBE. You'll find him and his family. They do amazing things on the socials. And wow, they talk about stuff like that you otherwise would probably never think about. I subscribed a while back. I'm so glad that I have been following him for over a year now. So again, it's Trent Tribe. You can find him wherever you do your socials. All right, how about some Crowder? Somebody Prayed. Right here, right now, on the Lifeline, on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better.
Every night there by your bed, you fold your hands and bow your head, throwing out another prayer in faith.
This world is full of unsolicited advice. I mean, you weren't asking for it, but somebody decided, hey, you needed to hear it. You ever been there before? Uh-huh. Well, usually it happens when you're a parent. It could be family member. It could be somebody completely, you don't know. A complete stranger, right? Well, let me tell you. Savannah Vaughn just happened to be shopping one day with her family, and this lady approached. Now, how is this going to turn out? Is this going to be one of those, long, drawn out, you should be doing this, that, and the other with your kids? Well, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at what happened. I'll let Savannah tell you.
This lady came up to us the other day in Costco while we were shopping, and she was like, oh my gosh, your kids are so cute. How old are they? What are their names? And she was telling us how she had kids really close together too, and that it was so hard, but she doesn't regret it. She was telling us to have another one. And then she's just like staring at them, and she just looked so like sad. And I, usually when someone comes up to us in the store and they're chatting with us, I'll like give my husband the face after a few minutes of like, all right, like we're shopping, like let's go, But she said to us, she was like, I'd give anything to go back to that for a day. And I didn't know what to say. I got so sad, and like as she's walking away, she stopped and looked back again and just started crying. And as I was walking away too, I cried because like, what? There's so little. I just like cannot. I don't even want to think about them getting bigger. Anyway, I'm definitely never gonna like push someone away from talking to us now at the store. No.
Thinking back a little bit to when she had little ones of her own. I was going through the comment thread on this video, and Patty says it well. She says, I'm a grandma now, and when you are raising kids, you go full speed. No time to enjoy them most days. When you're an empty nester and you slow way down, you realize how much you missed. Somebody else said, right now I'm contemplating going and getting my sleeping baby out of her crib just so I can hold her. This video brings all the feels. And Amber says it like this: motherhood is the longest, hardest goodbye. Because that's really what you're doing. You're raising these kids to be well-rounded humans, to be independent, to not have to need you. But, in those first years, the cuddles, that that feeling, the smells, it's just everything about it. You'll look back on, and even the not so smelly good things, even that stuff, you'll miss. This is something I've had to combat a little bit in my life because my little girl now, she's 10 years old. And I remember back to when she was wearing diapers, when she was learning how to walk, when she was learning how to talk. And yes, I miss those days. I'm glad that we took videos and pictures, and every now and then they'll roll around on our timeline on Facebook or on Time Hop, and we'll get to relive a little piece of that moment, of that time. And I'm so thankful for those little snippets. But if I'm not careful, I find myself really longing for those days again and not realizing that there are special things right now that I need to be paying attention to. That I can't be so messed up about those days being long gone that I can't enjoy the days that are right here, because there are amazing things happening. My daughter's getting more independent. She's wanting to spend more time with friends, and I know that has a little pain attached to it as well, because all of a sudden they're not wanting to spend time with you, they're wanting to spend time with their friends. So I'm here for it, and I want to appreciate it all. And I can't tell you how many times people have told me, enjoy her while she's this young, because this doesn't last long. And I've come to find that to be true. So I'm trying my best to enjoy her as much as I possibly can. I just wanted to talk about it, because I know there's some other people right there on the same boat as me. Yeah. But hey, we got some things to look forward to, don't we? We got some things to be appreciative of. We got some things to be thankful for. And that's what we're talking about today, being thankful. Having that gratitude as a parent. It can even help you, especially helps with the mood. Because when they're acting like a fool, and you remember just how innocent they used to be, it's like, okay, we're talking about the same kid here. It softens it a little bit. You know what I mean? Hey, thanks for hanging out with me here on The Lifeline. I got more great music headed your way. Some ministry and business impact partners as well. But I just wanted to let you know, I really do enjoy doing life with you. So thanks for being here. Well, the time has come for me to bid you adieu. But before I do, I'd like to share with you an inspiring quote. In fact, some might say it's a most inspiring quote of the day. Gratitude. That's what it's all about. The more we thank God for the blessings we see, the more we'll recognize the blessings we missed. That's what I want to leave you with. It's the same quote that I started it off with this morning, but I want you to remember this. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's about opening our eyes to what's always been there. It's easy to see the big blessings, but what about the ones we've overlooked? The little moments, the people in our lives, the unexpected kindness. Those too are God's gifts. Maybe today is the day we start looking a little closer. Maybe it's the day we pause and thank the people we've walked past 100 times without a second thought. Maybe it's the day we stop waiting for something big to be grateful for and start recognizing the everyday miracles all around us. So here's my challenge for you. Before the day is over, take a moment to thank someone who might not expect it. Send a text, leave a note, or just stop and say, hey, I appreciate you. Because when we make gratitude a habit, we don't just change someone else's day, we change our own. Wow. So I hope today's show has encouraged you. I can't wait to spend tomorrow morning with you again, and we'll have another great conversation lined up. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Until then, keep your eyes open for the small things, because that's where God is moving. Hey, you can catch today's show in podcast form on Spotify and Apple Podcast at 10:30 this morning. Just type in Lifeline Morning Show Podcast on those platforms, okay? All right, that wraps it up for me. See you back here tomorrow from 6 to 10 for another Lifeline Morning Show.